morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Apples and Tiaras vlog. If you guys are new here, my name is Charlotte and I am a 4th grade reading, science, and social studies teacher in Northern Arizona. Today is part 2, or I guess we're calling this episode 3 of Classroom Setup. And I have quite a few projects that I want to get done today. I need to make a to-do list before I start. But classroom layout is pretty much solid at this point. And so now it is all about fine-tuning everything, organization, student supplies, and just kind of like filling in all of the holes. So yeah, let's get into this vlog. So the first thing that I want to do today is adjust my teacher space. So yesterday before I left school, I sat down and started doing some basic like administration stuff, sorting out my schedule for next week, starting to do some meet the teacher night stuff. And I realized that I think this table is too high up for my taste, and I'll show you why. Here, this is as high as my chair can go. This is kind of where I'm at as far as when I'm working. And I feel like this is gonna get pretty uncomfortable pretty quickly. So I think what I'm gonna do first thing this morning, just so that it's finished and I can move on with my life, is bring this table down because it is adjustable. These are the adjustable legs. This table's from IKEA and the legs are from IKEA, and they do adjust. So I think I'm gonna bring this desk down to about here. So just a little bit farther down. That way it's just a straight shot and I'm not like reaching, because originally I had thought maybe I would like grade down here and then, but it was actually pretty uncomfortable yesterday. I was not happy about it. So I am gonna bring this down a couple of inches, probably to about here. I'll still make it a little bit taller than like the average table, but I figured I need to just do that and get it out of the way. So I'm gonna have to pull all of this stuff off and then move everything up and down. So I'm gonna do that really quick and then we will move on to special projects. All right, friendos, I am starting a to-do list on the whiteboard, and I'm going to begin by printing some labels. So this is kind of what the labels look like. So this size label, so I have a couple of choices here. I can make the labels for their notebooks look like this, or I can make them look like this. Now, I need to find a composition notebook. I don't know if I have one in here at the moment, but I think I could go find one. I think I tossed my other ones. Yeah, okay. Let me go find a composition notebook so I can show you guys what it's gonna look like. Okay, so these are not the right size. Obviously, this one is like the perfect size. So this is probably what the kids are gonna bring in. And so I have a couple of choices. I can do these labels like this, or I can use these labels like this. This is kind of what I had last year, and then I just wrote their name on the top, which was super nice when they're trying to like thumb through everything. But I think what I'm gonna do is these ones, because they cover the label of the composition book, and I can get 4 of these out of 1 page of sticker paper, whereas this one I think I can get 3, because like this one had 3 on it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and make these. So I'm gonna make 60 of these, and then I have one that says reading notebook as well, so I'll make 60 of those. And then I'm also going to need 60 of each of these to go inside of their class folder. So like this is a kid from last year, and inside I might even make like a label for the top of it, and then make 60 of each of these for the inside of their folders. And then I'm also going to need a label for their homework folder in their binder, and also a sticker for each side that says leave it at home and bring it back. So I have quite a few labels I need to make. So I'm gonna do that right now. And that's gonna be a lot of computer and printing work, which I don't have my printer today. I am gonna probably bring it tomorrow. But I have all of this sticker paper. I have 100 sheets. I should be good to print everything on sticker paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to print all of the labels I need on 1 page of regular paper. And then once I have all of the labels ready, I'll take this to the copier and I'll run all of the sticker copies, the sticker paper copies. Okay, so this is the document that I'm using. As you can see, it has all of the covers and bookmark labels. So this is the file. I'm sharing it with you here. It's by Teaching with Crayons and Curls. You guys can look that up. And so it's gonna take me a little bit to just like get everything downloaded, and then I will go ahead and print everything. Okay, so the printer in my building stopped working and it had to be serviced. So I ended up having to run down to the other copy machine down in the lower building. Okay, so I have my class folder labels, and then I have my take home folder labels. These are my masters. I need to put them in a folder and stick them in my filing cabinet and label them back to school so that I don't have to print them again next year. Okay, then this is the label for my class folder. So that's gonna go there. And this is the label for the purple take-home folders. So that's gonna go there. And then we have a science notebook label and a reading notebook label. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave these here because my mom / her friend are coming in. I don't know if they're coming today or tomorrow, but this is a great job for my mom or Colleen to do because they can sit, use the paper cutter and cut everything out. Now these I can label now because I have the folders. These ones are gonna have to wait until school starts, so I might recruit my mom to come in when school starts to help label these. And then these are also gonna have to wait for school to start, but we could at least get them all cut out, and then that way they're all cut out and ready to go. So these ones for sure can be done here and now, like we can stick them on now. So, okay, I'm gonna scoot that over. And then these are the folders that they're gonna go on. So I'm gonna pull these out, put them over here so that that can happen. Okay, now, before I forget, I'm gonna put this in a folder and I'm gonna label it back to school. So I need one of these. I really need to go through all of these too. Okay, and then I need a folder, manila folder. Wrong one, this one, okay. Let's just grab from the top. I need a Sharpie. And we're gonna label this back to school. Okay. Leave these out, that way I can kind of go through it later and add to it. But for now, I gotta go potty. All right, guys, so it is currently 10:30 and I've been just doing some work on my computer. Right now, I'm getting a trifold document ready for Meet the Teacher Night. And so far, it just has on it a welcome page, a quick blurb about the subjects we'll be teaching, and then there's going to be a little section for each one of us, and then basic information about homework, class dojo, and behavior tracking. So I'm getting that prepped. My teammate will be in tomorrow, Jocelyn. She will be in tomorrow, and we're hoping that we can finalize Meet the Teacher stuff and the first 2 days of school. On Thursday next week is the first day of school, and we probably will not rotate students that day. So that day is mostly going to be focused on school procedures, the schedule of the day, getting to know each other. I honestly am only going to cover a couple of classroom things, getting their attention, bathroom, drink, supplies, pretty much that. I'm not even gonna go into class procedures until probably Monday, because Thursday and Friday we need to just dial in school rules, school procedures and policies, and then coming back to school. Then Monday, the first full week, I'll start teaching procedures as we go. So as the procedure comes up, I will teach it, they will practice it, and then we keep rolling. So that's what I'm currently working on. I also need to make binder covers. So I'm just gonna make a little piece of paper that has the kid's name on it, their school email, and their password to get on the computer. That way on the Monday, the first Monday, I can put these in their binders and then they can log into the computers. But I need to investigate if their passwords have their first initial, last initial, or just their first initial. So I'm gonna actually pull up a couple of kids' accounts, grab a Chromebook and test it and see which one it is. So that is what I'm currently working on. Let's see, what else did I do? I printed one thing. I printed this for the first couple of days. It's just one of those find someone who. So I have this copy for my back to school folder, and then I have 2 class sets worth of that here. So what Jocelyn and I will do is we'll compile all of our back to school stuff, and we'll decide, okay, we're both gonna do this on Thursday, or I'll do this Friday with them in my class and you do this Friday with them in your class. So we'll kind of divvy up who's doing what the first 2 days. Then on Monday, it will be more subject subject and classroom teacher specific. So yeah. And then I also made the kids some bookmarks for the first couple of days. It could be something they could be coloring, like during something. I also need to find time to like meet with kids and I want to do a phonics screener. I want to do a fluency test, and just to like see where we're starting, just to see if there's any gaps, major gaps. I also made my mom a to-do list here for when she comes in. And then I've got my to-do list over there. So I'll just keep adding to that, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what I was working on. Look guys, I found a Poochie. Hi Riv. This is River, she's my parents' dog. My mom just stopped by to have lunch with me, and she's gonna go get her hair done, and so Riv needed a place to hang out. So Riv's gonna hang out with me for a little bit. All right, so I've been sitting at my desk working for about 2 hours, and I kind of need a little bit of a break from that. So I think I'm gonna start working on the tree. So I'm gonna put a picture here on the screen of the inspiration. Start working on it. So I'm going to begin with just the trunk and the bottom, and then I really need to think about like how the top's going to go. I would like to have the trunk go all the way to about here where the Elsa picture is. And then what I pictured was bringing the branches out and hanging them from the ceiling, because I don't think I can have any paper touching the ceiling. So if I was gonna do, like if it wasn't gonna be that tall, I could just kind of like make the branches and stuff on the wall and staple them. But I kind of want it to be 3D. So I'm thinking I might do like a trunk with like maybe 3 branches, one coming off this way, one in the middle, and one on that side. And then I can hang all of the pom-poms on the branches. But I have to hang the branches from fishing wire to be able to hang them. So I imagined I would make them 3D and then staple them to the base and then hang them from the ceiling tiles, then put all the leaves on top. So that is the vision. I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, so it'll be a first for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go for it. I'm gonna start with the trunk and go from there. Stay tuned. Okay, this is the tree. Here's the tree. I do have to replace the twine or whatever that's called, yarn. I'm gonna have to replace it with fishing line, which I'm gonna try and get from my husband's fishing kit. But I mean, I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna trim the bottom so that the roots don't stick out, but I did put 3 strings of these in there. You can barely see them. They do light up. However, there's no batteries in them right now. And I almost feel like not lighting them up because I'm probably already gonna be in some kind of trouble with the fire marshal. But you know what? I think it turned out cute. I am not an artistic person, so the fact that I was able to create this is pretty freaking awesome. And it is 3 o'clock, so I have 1 more hour left. I'm gonna do some more computer work, and then I'm gonna be done for the day. So, let's see. None of these projects got done because my mom ended up having a hair appointment today, so I don't know if she's gonna come or not. So worst case scenario, I can just sort this table out tomorrow and then do some more admin stuff tomorrow and Friday. I still need to put those away. But yeah, I started printing out a few things like procedure checklists, parent forms, and then I'm making a new All About Me bag, so I can toss this one. And then our very first standard for the year is the structure of fiction, so poetry, prose, and drama. That's our first standard, and that's what we're starting with on Monday. So we start school Thursday, and then the following Monday we're supposed to begin content. So yeah, I have that. Still need to do this project. Maybe I'll do that now. Someone commented on my last video that a magic eraser will get the numbers off. So I'm gonna try that. I imagine it either has to be wet or I could probably use hand sanitizer. So I'm gonna try it on one of them and see what happens. And if that works, then I can sit my happy butt down and erase those and watch a show or something. That sounds like a blast. I'm feeling a little bit headachy, and I know why. I'm not hydrating very well. I've only had 1 of these today, and usually I drink 2 before I leave school. So I'm gonna fill it up, and I have 1 hour to finish it, and I'm gonna do it. So I bought this for summer camp at REI. I think they have them on Amazon too. It's a 3-liter bottle of water. So if I fill this and a 40-ounce cup, that's a gallon a day. And this is so much lighter to carry than a big old thermos. And I just pour it into my cup all day long. And then I have plenty of water for the day. And this is nowhere near as heavy as those big jugs. So I'm gonna fill up, I'm gonna hydrate. And I think I'm just gonna sit and do this. If it works, then I'm gonna sit and do this and just watch a show. So I'll show you if it works or not, and then I'll get to it. Okay, so it definitely works, and it works really quickly. I will show you. Okay, I put a little bit of sanitizer on it and it worked a lot faster. So now that there's sanitizer on this, let's see how quickly. Yep. Thank you to the person who suggested this in the comments. You're a lifesaver. All right, I'm gonna sit here and wipe all of these off and stuff them into these bags while I watch a show, and I will show you guys when I'm done. All right, I got all of the headphones and mice put in their little bags, and I just shoved them into this cabinet. I tried to put them in this basket, but they didn't all fit. So they're gonna live in here for now. And I think that's it for the day. I don't really love the tree. My mom got here and she said maybe if we add like a branch coming up this way and maybe a small one that way, it could become more tree-like. And maybe I'll order some more of these if they're cheap. I think they're pretty affordable. So yeah, that this table is what I'm gonna try and tackle tomorrow. I need to make glue sponges and cut a bunch of stuff out. So I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, and then I have a bunch of other to-do list items that I'm gonna try and tackle. So yeah, that's it. But
were these always here? Did you add them?
they're out. They've always been there.
Oh. It looks like you have so much more stuff than you did before. Like you've added a lot since last time.
Yeah, I mean every year I add
You get this and that.
things. Yeah.
River's like, I'm going to the door.
She's ready.
Nice big space.
Yeah. All right, guys, so that is going to be the conclusion of today's classroom setup video. I don't feel like I got a ton done that I could like physically show you, but that's okay. It's still preparing for the beginning of school, and even if you put this on in the background and work in your classroom or do laundry or whatever, that's what I like to do. Throw some YouTube on, get some chores done. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.